everybody in YouTube land. I'm Asia with my baby. Oh, she's trying to run away from me. This is Lexa. Say hi, Lexa. Hi. Say hi. Hi. And today we're going to be talking about, what do we want to talk about today? Having babies.
Having babies?
Ears. Having babies. Shield your ears. Shield your ears.
Oh, yeah. You want something.
So my kids are playing outside. I got clothes in the laundry and I can see them right now, so I figured it's actually quiet in my house. Maybe I can do a vlog. So, all right, back to where I was. So I thought I would talk to you about my experience because I did share the video with you guys of me having my kids. I had 2 water births at the hospital in Arizona, and I wanted to talk about those experiences. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience with my first daughter, Sophia Olive Roa, my little precious little baby, bundle of joy. She was, I think, 19 inches long and about maybe like 5 pounds, 6 ounces, I want to say. They were both about the same size. Sophia was 2 weeks late, and my other daughter was 2 weeks early, and they came out weighing about the same. So I knew I wanted to do a hospital birth, even though I wanted to go natural, even though I wanted to not take any medicine. I didn't want to get an epidural. I didn't want to, I knew I wanted to have a water birth. So, and I wanted a midwife. And so I was really, I was concerned that even though I wanted all these natural things, I did want to go to a hospital. What? A roly-poly is dead? That's a shame. Throw it in a bush. No? Well, bury it. So just do something. Okay. I never know what to say when they tell me stuff like that. Okay, so with my first daughter, she was 2 weeks early. And I was miserable. I was sick the entire pregnancy. I had morning sickness every day. I woke up with it. I felt sick. I went to bed. I felt sick. I'd wake up in the middle of the night. I felt sick. Pretty much the entire time. I couldn't eat anything. I did gain weight at the end. Actually, I hadn't gained any weight. I lost weight. I think I weighed 106 when I got pregnant, and by the end of it, I was like 126. And a lot of that was blood, placenta, and baby. So immediately I dropped back down. I lost a ton of weight, and then that was, I could talk about that later. But as far as the baby was concerned, or the labor and delivery, my main thing was just making sure that I had a healthy pregnancy. I was scared, to be honest, to do the epidural. In retrospect, I was in a lot of pain. I probably should have gotten some sort of pain management, because as much as the water birth was great and it was a beautiful experience for me, and I did it twice, there was still a part of me that was like, even now I kind of think, maybe I should have gotten something for the pain, because it was pretty horrific the first time, not gonna lie. And I'm not trying to scare you ladies out there that are considering doing it, because it did make a difference, but it didn't make the same type of difference that you hear other people where they say, oh, they didn't feel anything. I was in so much pain. I was pushing between contractions. So let me start from the beginning and tell you the story of me going into labor of my first daughter. So basically, because I was so miserable, I wanted to get that baby out of me immediately. I was doing everything. I was having sex. I drank castor oil. Not supposed to do that, but I did. I ate an entire pineapple. I was walking. I was doing everything to get that baby out. And it worked, because she was born a little bit earlier than she was due. Probably not the best thing, because she was born with jaundice, and they said that's kind of common if a baby's born a little bit early. So, I probably should have waited. I was being impatient. I was miserable. I was being selfish, and I realize that now. But the baby overall was healthy, so, Okay, so I go into labor. My water broke. I was in the shower. I got out of the shower, and I just basically felt like I had peed all over myself. And I realized, oh my gosh, I think my water broke. And so I got my husband. I said, I need to go to the hospital. Okay, go outside. So my husband takes me to the hospital, and they basically had me in this triage area, and they find out, sure enough, my water head broke, and they basically told me, get comfortable, you're not going anywhere, this baby's gonna be coming out, you'll be leaving with the baby. Basically, because I didn't know, like, did my water break? Did it not break? What's going on? And the ladies in triage were really slow. They were very nice, but they were very slow. They didn't really tell me what was going on. They had me just sitting in triage for hours, like I want to say 4 hours. It was weird. So I'm just kind of like waiting, and it was late at night. It was 10 at night. So 2 in the morning rolls around. I have no idea what's going on. And then I asked them, fine, it was kind of dumb on my part. I should have just asked, being nice. And, you know, what's going on? And they said, oh, well, you know, you're going to be admitted. So once they let me know that I was going to be admitted, they basically hooked me up to an IV, and they had me being monitored, and I guess they kind of put you on a time clock. As soon as your water breaks, they want the baby out within 24 hours. So at some point, I don't remember when, I want to say around hour 6, I wasn't really having very strong contractions. I was having some, but they were not that strong, and so they ended up giving me medicine to induce me, and I think it was called Cytotec, which I've heard bad things about it, and I wish they wouldn't have given it to me, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, so the contractions would be strong after they gave me a dose, and then I'd walk around and they would get really strong. And then I'd go lay down and they'd gradually go away. My contractions would go away. And then they'd give me another dose and they'd get really strong, really painful. And I'd walk around, they'd get stronger and stronger. Then I'd lay down because I'd be tired and they'd go away. So I think they gave me 4 doses over the course of about 20 hours. So I was awake from 10 p.m. all the way till the next day. I want to say, I wish I need to almost look at my child's birth certificate because I don't remember the times anymore because it's been 5 years. But I want to say around lunchtime rolled around and I was getting hungry and I was getting lethargic. I didn't know if I could eat. I just didn't feel my nursing staff was that helpful. They didn't really tell me when I could eat, if I could eat, because I've heard that some doctors don't let you eat before you have a baby. I don't know. So I figured I'm just gonna eat. So I think I just ate something very, very light, maybe a popsicle or something. My husband got me, but I didn't eat all that night, you know, all morning until I had the baby. But anyways, so basically my doctor comes in, my midwife I should say, comes in, she checks me out, and I think I was dilated to a 4. And she goes, okay, you know, you're pushing 20 hours, you're dilated to the 4, you're not having strong contractions. We're gonna have the nurse give you another dose. I'm gonna go, she had to go run home and go do something. My nurse ended up in the operating room for assisting a doctor, a surgeon in a C-section. So they gave me that 4th and final dose of the Cytotec, and I ended up pretty much going into full-blown, very painful contractions, very painful labor. I was looking at the chart, you know, that I was hooked up to, the heart monitor, or the contraction monitor, I mean, and you could see how strong my contractions were because they were going off the chart. They were that bad. I was in so much pain. I was crying. I mean, and I think of myself as a pretty tough cookie, and I was crying. So that should say something. And so basically I told my husband, I said, I need a nurse, this baby's coming. I felt pressure immediately. Within 2 minutes, we went from dilated to a 4. After 20 hours, I went pretty much from a 2 to a 4. And in about 2 minutes, I went from a 4 to a 10. Crowning, you could feel the hair of my baby. It was that much. It was crazy how much pain I was in and just how low she was. So during that time, I told my husband, you got to get a nurse. Like, we're buzzing for somebody. Nobody's there to be found. It was ridiculous. I don't know if it's just because we were in a small town or what. We were in Yuma, Arizona, which is a super small town. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, I told my husband, you got to get a nurse. Please get somebody. I'm about to have this baby. I didn't know what to do. So, I mean, I was pushing because my body was telling me to push. So there was just me and my husband in the room, and I was pushing. And I felt, 4 seconds would go by, I get another strong contraction, pushing. And then there was such short breaks in between my contractions. I was just pushing. So I want to say I was pushing for a good 20 minutes before my nurse and my doctor showed up. So then they show up, or my midwife, I keep saying doctor, same thing, whatever. So then they show up, and I was pushing for another 30 minutes. I mean, I was in so much pain. I was pushing between my contractions, which you're not supposed to do, and I ended up tearing from front to back and in. So it was pretty terrible, not gonna lie. But it was worth it, because at the end I got my beautiful baby girl, and she was so cute, and she had long black curly hair and beautiful blue eyes, and I was just so in love with her. And it was all worth it, but it was also a lot of work. Being a mommy is a lot of work. So I guess that's my experience as far as my labor and delivery. Hold on, Sophia. This is Sophia now. Want to say hi? Look at her. She's a big girl. How old are you, Sophia?
5.
You're 5. Well, that's how many is 5? Is this? Yeah, good job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you're a big girl. She's not yellow anymore. She's a beautiful white girl. Yeah.
I'm
you know
all
what?
the colors.
You're all the colors. You are. You're
And
unicorn.
I like the
You're
house.
rainbow.
Yeah, I just like all the colors, like green and brown and green and yellow.
All right.
And
You know what? Do you want to go outside with your sister? Because I think you left her out there.
No, I just want to keep talking in phone.
All right. Hold on.